Right, here we go. Back again. Okay? And this time, I've got a surprise with the moon. Wow! Would you believe it, right? We've got a surprise for you. And also a quick coronavirus update. Because that is never out the bloody news, okay? Anyway, are you ready? Surprise! Earth and the moon aren't made of exactly the same stuff. Wow, eh? Now who'd have thought that? Eh? Would you imagine that after all this time they've just realised that? Okay? Now, without boring you with all the stuff that's said in the beginning of the article about the theory, the whack theory, and how the moon came about, I'm pretty sure we've all heard that, the whack theory and the double whack theory, and how it always changes. Well, it's probably going to change again, okay? And it goes on to say that in a new study, researchers conducted new high precision measurements of oxygen isotope levels in a range of lunar samples, okay? So it's moon rock, right? And it goes on to say, the most surprising part of our results was finding the amount of variation that we did between the individual lunar samples. So that's a bit strange, right? And then the geochemist expert from the University of New Mexico goes on to say, I think this will open the door for an entirely new range of impact scenarios. Okay? So stand by for more fairy tales, right? It also says in the article, some of these lunar rock types were only brought back in very small quantities and can be very difficult to obtain for study. Ain't that something? Because you would imagine that they would have had these well studied by now, okay? I mean, how long ago was it they got these rocks? But we did also learn that a moon rock that was given to the Dutch Prime Minister from Apollo 11 astronauts was in fact, yep, a bit of petrified wood. Okay? So could it be that these rocks are so similar to the Earth because they actually are from Earth? Okay? So yeah, that could be, I suppose, right? And that was all over the mainstream media when it was established that the rock was actually a bit of petrified wood. Okay, so it wasn't a moon rock, right? And it basically points to it being a hoax. Okay, and also NASA are well reported that they've had moon rock samples sealed, and they've not just had them sealed, but they've been sealed for 50 years or over. Okay, so why have them sealed for that long? Why didn't they have them studied? And of course they have portrayed that they have had them studied, when in fact they haven't, okay? And not only that, they've lost a lot of the moon rocks that were brought back, okay? And of course that would be just accidentally, right? And I also did notice this pyramid that they put these moon rocks, supposed moon rocks, into in different glass cases, okay? These aren't your average cases, right? And I think obviously once you join the dots and you know the connection with the pyramid and the triangle, then it's pretty obvious, really, okay? They don't do these things for no reason, right? There's obviously a connection there, okay? Anyway, enough on the moon for now. I'm sure we'll be back. But coronavirus, okay? The whole of Italy is put on lockdown, alright? And I heard today that the military in Italy are on standby, okay? So is that going to be a case of martial law, okay? I expect that'll probably happen in the next few days, to be honest. And, of course, the markets are still heading down, okay? And there's going to be a big crash, I would imagine. And I've seen this in the activistpost.com. Is Bill Gates profiting from the outbreak, or is something far more sinister taking place? I wonder, right? Well, it's obviously both, innit? Really, let's face it. Gates-funded programme will soon offer home testing kits for new coronavirus. Oh, ain't that kind of 'em, eh? And it also says, is Bill Gates making money on this public health crisis, or is there another motivation behind the $100 million the foundation has donated to combat the outbreak? Wow, well, they ain't doing very well, okay? Well, Bill Gates' company likes things like this. An invisible quantum tattoo for kids that they can tell if they've been vaccinated or not, okay? It's an ID tattoo for kids, okay? Now talk about fucking 1984, right? And also, he wants everyone to have a digital ID. And by that, he means a chip, okay? And they're talking about everyone on Earth when they speak about this, right? And of course, there's the Agenda 2030 or Agenda 2020. Some people might know it as, right? And all this stuff is in black and white, okay? But it's painted up and battered up in a different way that basically says, look, we're going to combat all the bad things in the world, but the only way we can do that is by basically wiping everyone out. Okay? Right? You get it? Good. Anyway, now, also, they're saying, I've seen this today, right? In Scotland, they're saying that if you've got mild flu-like symptoms or mild virus symptoms, then you should self-isolate for 1 week. Okay? Now, at what point will this become you will have to self-isolate? Now, mild symptoms, what is that? A bloody cough or a sneeze? I mean, it's beyond a joke now, okay? But I'm sure I'll be back with another update, okay? Anyway, that is about it. Bye-bye.